Senator, how was the meeting?
How was the meeting?
It was a good meeting. We had actually never met. We had a phone conversation. It was a good meeting about foreign policy, domestic issues.
Did you have the taco bowl for lunch? Did you have the taco bowl?
I did not.
That was Senator Bob Corker leaving New York's Trump Tower after meeting with his party's presumptive nominee Monday. We know he did not eat a taco bowl, but he gave a less definitive answer when asked about the prospect of being Donald Trump's running mate.
I have no reason whatsoever to believe that I'm being considered for a position like that. You know, I'll say that until I'm blue on my face. It's just, again, this was a meeting between two people who didn't know each other except over phone calls, getting to know each other, and that's it. And I would guess the campaign. I mean, those kind of things take a while, and I have no reason to believe that I'm being.
Which you haven't ruled it out. Some candidates have ruled it out and haven't been asked.
I have no reason to believe I'm being considered for that kind of thing.
It's a very standard line, though.
Well, thank you, because it's true.
Kevin Sheridan was communications director for Paul Ryan during the 2012 presidential campaign, and he's founder of Sheridan Media Group. He is with us from Washington. Kevin, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, so the plot thickens, Kevin. We should note that Corker did not rule out being Trump's VP. What would he bring to the ticket?
Well, the meeting in itself would not be unexpected anyway, being the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. Obviously, he'll bring credentials of foreign relations policy that would be not surpassed by anybody right now. He would bring a sober, thoughtful, mainstream, focus to the ticket that doesn't really currently exist. Donald Trump's been, more the bomb thrower, saying things that, have been provocative. But whether or not Bob Corker, if he is being considered, could actually get there with Donald Trump on any of the policies where they might overlap, or whether or not he would actually be able to have a say in his foreign policy, I think that remains to be seen. And I would assume this was the first discussion about that today, if they're actually considering that.
But Kevin, they could have had this meeting in Washington. I mean, what do you make of the fact, what are we to make of the fact about the optics of this, him coming to New York City, going to Trump Tower to meet with Donald Trump?
I know you've come out.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by that too. I think, look, he's the presumptive nominee now, and it's people meeting him on his turf. I think Bob Corker has been pretty open to potentially supporting or outright supporting Donald Trump. He's been less standoffish than some other folks in the Senate and the House. But look, we'll have to see how actually those conversations are going. We know he's doing this outreach to the Hill. We know he's talking to smart people right now. Whether or not they're going to be able to influence him and actually have a say in his foreign policy agenda or his domestic agenda remains to be seen on what these conversations are going like. We just don't know yet until we get some more reports back from each of those meetings.
All right, let's take a look at this new ad from Donald Trump. He's hitting Bill Clinton using the voices of women who have accused him of sexual assault. Take a listen.
I was very nervous.
No woman should be subjected to it. It was an assault.
He starts to bite on my top lip, and I try to pull away from him.
All right, Kevin, we're just over 5 months to Election Day. What do you see here as this strategy?
Well, I think we knew that it was going to get personal. It was going to get ugly. Donald Trump is going to bring up the past. He's going to go right after Bill Clinton because Hillary has said she's going to use Bill Clinton in her administration significantly, make him an economic policy czar of some sort. So he's going to bring up all these issues, these personal issues that haven't been talked about in a long time. That the conventional wisdom was that anytime these are discussed, they actually help the Clintons. That Hillary looks like a victim and somehow, benefits politically from it. I don't know that that's true anymore, and I think we're going to see a different dynamic at play. Millennial women especially, they have not fully heard all of these stories. I think, this is 20 years later. Times have changed, and I think a lot of people are going to take another look at this stuff and think, this is not good. But he's got his own problems too, so it's going to get personal on both sides quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, let me ask you about this. In an interview posted Monday, your old boss, the now Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, said he thinks Donald Trump could win, but he added, "I'm not betting on it." He also said he's still not sure whether he'll endorse Trump. Now, it's been almost 3 weeks since he first said he wasn't ready to endorse. You've worked with Paul Ryan. What do you think the time frame is here for him?
I couldn't guess, but I think he's taking a slow and measured approach to buy some time and space for everyone to hear more of what Donald Trump has to say, see how he's going to campaign. We just got out of this tough primary battle where everybody got very personal and very hot, and now we're trying to get into a position where we can unite the party. I don't know. I think it would probably be, if we hear more, it'll be sometime before the convention or around the convention, but I think he just wants to hear more and learn more about what Donald Trump's going to campaign like before he can actually get there with him.
All right, let me ask you about this. The New York Times reports that some key Republican donors are still holding off on supporting Trump. How big of a hurdle could that be for him?
Well, I think a lot of these folks think if Donald Trump's got $10 billion, what do they need to write him a check for? So, some of it's that, other billionaires just see this as kind of unnecessary, but at the same time, I think they also have the same questions that a lot of the Republican Party has with Donald Trump, and that's why it's been coming together in recent days. It's probably at 80-something% now of Republicans supporting him, but I think a lot of the donor class is still not there with him. They're still suspect of how he's going to campaign and whether or not he's ultimately going to be good for the party. So it'll take some time probably before those folks all come on board, and some will never actually. They'll just sit it out or they'll give to somebody else.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kevin Sheridan in Washington for us. Kevin, thanks so much.
Thanks.